What if I told you there was a goddess who didn't just watch wars, but chose who would walk away from them? Before the first sword is drawn, before the first shield shatters, before blood stains the earth, she's already there. A crow circles above the battlefield, and that crow is the Morrigan, the phantom queen of Celtic mythology. She isn't just a goddess of war. She is war itself. The Morrigan comes from ancient Irish mythology, a shadowy, powerful figure tied to battle, fate, death, and kingship. Her name is often translated as Great Queen or Phantom Queen, and both fit. She doesn't fight with a sword. She fights with destiny. She whispers fear into armies. She fills warriors with unstoppable rage. She decides who walks away from the battlefield and who becomes part of it. And sometimes, she isn't alone. In many legends, the Morrigan appears as a trio of war goddesses. Bad, the screaming crow who spreads terror. Macha, the embodiment of sovereignty and the land itself. Nemain, the bringer of frenzy and battlefield madness. Three faces. One power. Chaos. Fate. Death. But her most chilling story involves Ireland's greatest hero, Lane. And it all begins with an insult. The Morrigan approaches Lane in the form of a beautiful young woman and offers him her love. He rejects her. That was a mistake. Because you don't refuse a goddess who controls fate. Enraged, she vows to destroy him in his next battle, not by striking him directly, but by breaking him piece by piece. During combat, she attacks him again and again, shape-shifting each time. First, she becomes an eel, wrapping around his legs and dragging him into the river. He wounds her. Then she becomes a wolf, stampeding cattle across his path. He wounds her again. Then a heifer, charging him with brutal force. And again, he strikes her down. But he doesn't realize he's been fighting a goddess. Later, she appears before him as an old woman milking a cow. She offers him milk. As he drinks and blesses her, the wounds he gave her mysteriously heal. Only then does he understand. But it's too late, because the Morrigan doesn't kill him. She prophesies his death. And in the end, when Lane is mortally wounded, tying himself to a stone so he can die standing, a crow lands on his shoulder, silent, watching. It's her, and his fate fulfilled. But the Morrigan isn't just a bringer of death. She is sovereignty, the spirit of the land itself. In ancient Ireland, kings were not truly kings without the blessing of the goddess of the land. In some traditions, that goddess is the Morrigan. To unite with her symbolically was to gain rightful rule. To reject her was to fall. She represents a side of the divine feminine that is raw and uncompromising, not nurturing, not gentle, not merciful. She is power. She is destiny. She is the moment before everything changes. Even after Christianity spread through Ireland, the Morrigan never fully disappeared. She survived in folklore, in whispered stories, in the image of the crow watching from above, because she represents something timeless. War is never clean, power is never simple, and fate always comes due. So next time you see a crow circling overhead, ask yourself, is it just a bird? Or is the Phantom Queen still watching? The Morrigan waiting for history to repeat itself. And so our tale comes to an end. If you enjoyed this journey into Irish mythology, leave a like and subscribe to join me for more tales and stories. Ring the bell so you don't miss uploads. Until our paths cross again, stay curious.